Howdy, heavy folk. I'm Paul Martin. I play the bass guitar in a band called Devilskin. We're based here in Hamilton, New Zealand. We've been going about 15 years. Jenny Schoolander's our lead vocalist. My son Nick Martin on the drums, and my evil twin Nail on lead guitar. We've just got a brand new album out. It's called Re-Evolution, and it comes out on the 11th, which is now pretty much. So we're really excited.
Yeah, mate. So thanks for joining us, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm stoked to be here. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure, mate. So as you mentioned, the good news is Devilskin do return with your sixth studio album, Re-Evolution, this Friday, July the 11th. So how you feeling, mate? I know it's a lot of hard work goes into it, but how you feeling now the finish line's approaching?
Oh, that's good, man. It's like it's like that painful bit where you're in labor and this beautiful product's about to pop out, but at the moment it's like getting everything sort of squeezed into the right places and mailing everything out. Man, we've had so many orders from all over the world, so I've been busy blimmin' licking stamps and sealing envelopes. It's really exciting. It's good. It's like this is our sixth release, so each one I'm still excited like a kid in a candy store.
Nice. And to date, you've released the singles Half-Life and Swelter. So are they a good sonic representation of what to expect?
I think there's a little bit of everything on this album. I don't think there's two songs that are quite alike. So yeah, they're all kind of different in their own way. It's hard to say because it's like which of your children is your favorite.
Everyone's got one. You're just not allowed to say it.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's a glimpse into what's on the album. Definitely those two singles, and we've got some really good numbers with Swelter, the Swelter video. We kind of chucked that together in a bit of a rush, and it's seems to be doing really well. And we're getting airplay with Half-Life of Dreams too. So that's we're stoked.
Nice. And I love the way the album starts, bro. Like you got the song Red as the opener. Like it's a slow, calming build up that gradually gets louder and more intense. And then there's a cool little bass run that sparks everyone into action, mate. Like what was the thought process going into that particular song?
With the whole album, we wanted to be bold. We just wanted everything to be, we just wanted to be more of everything. So I think when Nick was mucking around with that song initially, he goes, we need something to open the album with a real smash. So he spent ages in his studio at home putting bits and pieces together. And yeah, basically that's what we got on the album. So we just want it to be big. We want it to be immersive. It sucks you in. It just gets larger and larger and larger. And then boom.
Yeah, no, it's the first time in my memory, mate, that I can recall a bass run introducing an album though. Like how much sway did you have in that?
It's weird. We don't even think of things like that. It's all about the song first. But yeah, nice. There's someone mentioned it the other day, and I think there's only a couple of songs that we play that I actually start, which I've never even thought about it. It's just the way they come together. But yeah, it's a stonking fat bass riff that needs to be heard by itself, and it makes a statement with the song. And the song's all about like losing your shit and being that freaking mad you're in a red mist, So we wanted that song to have full impact. So yeah, pretty happy with the way it came out.
I bet you are. Now I read a band quote that said that we really approach this album from a different perspective. Can you elaborate on that for us?
Yeah, sure. I guess we had a bunch of songs and we wanted a bunch more songs. So there was stuff that we had that we really wanted to include in the album, but we were really excited we had all these ideas that we needed to put down as well. So the writing process was just continually going. And just the way that we were sharing demos and stuff between us, we've each got little studio setups at home now so we can do the basics and that. And just getting the songs arranged so tightly before we went into the studio. I don't think we've ever been that prepared. And usually we go, oh, we're super prepared this time. But this time I think we absolutely knew everything we were going to do. And, we had, I think it was 12 or 14 days booked in the studio in a solid block, and it was good. It was immersive. You're doing 12-hour days and you're just living and breathing it. So it's the best way to, create, I think, and make sure everything's organic. Everything's just happening with us four in the room.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, it did feel really good. And we're in a different studio. We used Parachute Studios in Auckland. We usually go to Neil Finn's place, Roundhead Studios. But yeah, we wanted to try something different mojo, different vibe, and yeah, lovely people. We absolutely loved our experience here.
Actually, can we go into that a bit deeper? Because a lot of artists do talk about shifted studios and it changes the album. But from from a layman's point of view, like people like myself that have never been in the studio, like how can that affect an album?
Um, Mojo, I guess, is the simplest term. It's where you feel creatively inspired, where you feel comfortable. Like you can go into rooms and with bands and venues, you feel it in venues too. Sometimes you walk into a room and it's like, doesn't quite have that good vibe. You
Yeah.
fill it up with the right people and it can do, but some especially creative spaces, some places definitely have a good feel about them, and I guess for us it was because we'd recorded so many times in the one place. It was really good to step outside our comfort zone and go to this new place with a bunch of new people who are all vibed up, and like they can't remember the last time someone booked out their studio for so long in one block, because most bands just do a couple of days here and there.
Yeah, nice, nice.
Yeah, we wanted to immerse ourselves, and I think that's it comes across in the music on the album that we were in there and we're up to our necks in it.
Yeah, cool. Now, this is also the first time you've had a guest artist on your record. You've got Nick Barker from 12 Foot Ninja and Joe Holtinger from the Hailstorm. So tell us about the songs they're on and what each of them brought to that particular song.
Okay, so it's a song called "Have I Come Undone," and um, it's basically about being at a funeral and seeing all your friends and just a realization of death and everything like that, I guess, that comes with it. So a sad, poignant song, and Jenny and I worked on the lyrics together, and she sang it, and we thought, well, maybe we could almost use another voice in this. And she's mentioned a few times that, who would you love to work with, Jen? Who would you absolutely love to sing on an album with? And she always said Nick from 12 Foot Ninja. And we're like, hey, man, let's just make this happen because he's a sweet dude. We've done a few shows with him and get on like a house on fire. He's such a lovely guy. And, he digs our band and absolutely loved the song. And what he's added to it it's just gives me chills.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. And, we've got a great relationship with Hailstorm from touring with them over the years as well. So Nail went over and stayed with Joe and Lizzie a little while ago in Memphis and floated the idea of, hey, would you be interested playing guitar on a track, Joe? And he's like, hell yeah. So yeah, bang, it was done. And it's gorgeous piece of guitar. It really is nice. So, just these two outside influences, like you say, we've never ever used, collaborated with anyone in the studio before. So to have these two megastars that we're huge fans of on the one song just added that much gravitas to the whole thing and just made it feel that much more special.
And you couldn't fit Lizzie on there. There's only room for two of them.
Oh, there's always room for Lizzie, I tell you, but not this time. But yeah, we've been talking for a while, so who knows.
Watch your space.
Watch your space. Yeah, they're just finishing up with their label at the moment and doing their last album with this label. So, the future, who knows what's around the corner. We've got one other guest on the album as well, and it's a guy called Joe Gilfillan, and he's a legend New Zealand broadcaster, and he reads the news, and man, he can talk about the most heinous of crimes, and you're just lost in his voice. He's just got this beautiful voice. So we had this part in the song called Celestial, and we'd met him at an awards do in Auckland, and he came up and said, oh, I'm a big fan of the band. And I went, man, I'm a massive fan of your voice. Like, wow. And he's just this lovely guy. And I messaged him and said, hey, dude, I've created this little space for you on our album. Would you be interested? And he was absolutely over the moon. So, yeah, rapt to have his beautiful dulcet tones on there.
What track was that one?
Celestial.
Celestial, nice. I'll have a
yeah, so it's sort of a spoken word piece.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Ooh, where have I gone?
Where do we go then?
Yeah. Gravity Attack.
I want to talk about the album title, Re-Evolution. Like, I noticed there's no song on there by that name, so it means it's got to have a bit deeper.
Oh, well, that'll probably be on the next album because that's what we do.
Right, yeah.
We Rise wasn't on the We Rise album, it was on Be Like the River, but the song Be Like the River was on the Red album. But now we've got the song Red on this album, so who knows?
Is that by design or just coincidence?
It kind of just started happening, and then we thought on this stage, well, we're going to leave the door open to write a song called Re-Evolution, But yeah, Noel came up with a title. We're in the studio, and we all just went, wow, perfect. Usually there's a bit of fisticuffs over album titles and stuff like that, and everyone's trying to get where everyone else is coming from. But yeah, we just sat down one night and Noel said re-evolution, and then we came up with the idea of the spiral and the like going basically evolving, and we feel that this album we wanted to be bold and show that we had evolved to another stage. The band I think we've all picked up our chops a little bit more on this album and dug in and yeah, created something pretty special.
Now, speaking of coincidence, Re-Evolution's been released 11 years after the release of your debut, We Rise. So can't be coincidence, can it?
We saw that date pop up and we thought, oh, it's probably a bit sooner than we'll be ready for. And then we just went hell for leather. And yeah, we're all about little things like that. The serendipity of being in a rock and roll band for 15 years. And this last tour was really cool because we had like 3 generations of family. At several of these gigs because there's quite a few all ages shows. And yeah, it's just really cool, the cross section of people that we seem to be sort of interacting with on these tours and with our music. And yeah, it just feels like a beautiful thing. And we're evolving and our audience are evolving with us.
Yeah. Now there's another quote in the press that says Re-Evolution shows just how far they have come in their 15-year history. Like, from your point of view, being inside the band, how much has your music changed or grown over that journey?
Well, I'm speaking for myself, I'd just like to say that hopefully I've grown as a songwriter. I feel like I've sort of matured in a lot of ways. You could call it stewing in your own juices, I guess, after being alive for so long. But I don't know. I just feel collectively we've matured as songwriters, definitely, and sonically we've got better at our craft, and we just have a better feel for what we're doing. I mean, none of us envisioned, from day one or from album one even, that we'd still be doing this for 15 years and have a catalogue of 6 albums, or 6 releases, I should say. So yeah, every day is a blessing, and I think that sticking with it is just testament to the strength of the 4 of us and having our creative vision that we've sort of held on to for so long, and just being in there to realise it.
Yeah, nice. Now, Devilskin also recently won the 2025 AMA People's Choice Awards, mate. So, firstly, congratulations. But secondly, what does that mean to you as a band?
Oh, it's probably the best awards out of any awards that they can give. There's all these genres and stuff like that. We were nominated for best rock artist, but we dipped out. But here's our TUI, and it's People's Choice. So that is absolutely the best one you can ever get, I think. So we're really stoked. It was we're up against some pretty heavy competition, and little old New Zealand. We're still a bogan rock band, so not the flavour of the month in the industry or anything like that. We're still going to be the outliers, being the rockers. But man, that was absolutely amazing. We're stoked with that.
It was. And tell me, was this photo taken when you were announced?
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, I'm a meme. Yeah. Yeah. Sober, everything. And I was just that shocked. We were surrounded by all these blooming luminaries from the New Zealand industry. And, I didn't think we'd be going home with anything when they went through that and they named all these names. And then I thought there's only one left and it won't be us. And it was us. And holy crap. Yeah.
If anything, man, that photo there, like, it showed a lot of sorry to keep bringing it up, but a lot of people say that things in the music industry are rigged, but that photo there proves that you had no idea that you were winning that before it came up.
Oh, I absolutely no idea. I don't know how much of the thing is rigged. They don't tell us if it is, but it was pretty real for us.
I shouldn't have said rigged isn't the right word. They think that the band knows fans is what I meant. No, that look on your face, that is genuine. I'll show it again.
Oh, bro.
That's a genuine surprise.
Oh my god, yeah. It was a really cool night, and to be honored like that was really cool. And then to be able to walk past holding that trophy and walk past this other rock station that has never ever touched us and won't touch anything that we record for some reason, and went, hey, well, check that out, People's Choice, you know.
Good on you. Good on you.
Yeah, because these industry things, we don't really feel like we fit into a lot of those spaces with all those people. But yeah, definitely nice to get an accolade like that. Holy crap, the very
Well
best.
deserved. Well deserved too, brother.
Thank you, man. Cheers.
No
I
worries.
mean, good, passionate rock audience and metal audience here in New Zealand, and they just prove that to everyone. So, yeah, happy to take the award for that.
Now you just wound up an 11-day tour in New Zealand, bro. So how did the new songs go down live?
Really good. We played 6 of them live and just sprinkled them throughout the set. We kicked off with Red, track 1 from the album, and so people really didn't know what they were getting. And yeah, it just felt seamless, felt really good. There's a real big energy live for the song Swelter. That video just seems to be, hitting some spots with some people. So, yeah, everyone's sort of gravitating towards these new songs, and we're just chucking them in amongst the rest, and it just feels seamless. So yeah, we're really happy.
Nice. And you do know it's only a short plane ride from New Zealand to Australia, hey?
Oh, 100%, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
What's happening?
Well, we just need to work out some dates to get over there and do it because yeah, we need to get over there and represent this album.
Nice, nice. Now, since I spoke to you last time, bro, you might have had a rough idea with the photo I showed you before, but I've got a new segment called Photo Bomb. So basically,
Okay.
I've scrolled through your social media and I've come up with a few photos that I think people need.
Good on you.
Now, these ones aren't too bad, actually, mate. Like this one here. Where is it? This was taken at Devilskin's first ever show around 2012. Like, do you remember this night? And how long did it take you to settle on a proper live performance?
Oh yeah, I do remember that night. Dude, we were just excited. We were just so excited about these songs we'd written, and we'd get to the gigs. We're only playing small little pubs and stuff, and we'd get to the gigs like hours and hours and hours early. We'd get there like before lunch, and we'd dress the stage with all this either red curtains or red plastic or something. We just wanted the place to look stunning when people walked in, and just create a show. And we just put everything we had into the lights and the PA system, and giving people a good night. So. It's funny that ethos hasn't changed for us. Every night's about the audience and giving the audience the best night that we can.
Very nice. Now, this one is a little bit more embarrassing. I won't lie to you. I can understand Jenny having a crack at high kicks, mate, but what made you guys think that you could pull it off?
Oh, yeah. I obviously need to work on my hamstring. Or maybe, yeah, that might have just been a badly timed photo. I probably got right up to the original goose step height at some stage there. But yeah, only Jenny's like super flexible. She's like double jointed and everything, and she can just point herself in whatever direction she likes. Pretty hard to keep up with.
I bet you. So, I bet you guys do try and keep up with it sometimes. So has anything overkicked and fallen over or anything?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, all the time. And I just keep right out of the way when she's doing the cartwheels and stuff because I can just see me taking her out with one of my guitars or something. That has happened.
Shit, yeah. Well, along those lines, bro, what's your most embarrassing stage moment ever?
Oh heck, there's so many, Kris. Oh hell, I don't know. Probably playing to 35,000 people with my zip down, like in my previous band. I've actually been pretty lucky to have. It hasn't been too much, but I can tell you one story about something that happened with Nail.
Yeah,
We were playing here in Hamilton. Actually, it's a bit gross, so you're gonna love this. So we were playing in Hamilton. We had the crowd barrier and stuff, and we had a great night. And we are just saying goodbye and shaking a few hands at the front and giving away a few guitar picks. And this girl grabs me and she just about pulls me into the pit. I'm like, whoa, 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 settle down there. And she's all excited, and I thought, heck, I better watch my balance. And then she grabs Nail and grabs him, same handshake, pulls him right over, and he went like tumbling right onto her face. But he had this bad flu at the time. And he must have exhaled out his nose as he sort of slid past her face, and he left this big trail of snot on this girl's face. Oh my God, it's just in fits, bro. It's just so funny. So yeah, the nail trail, that was pretty embarrassing for her mostly. It wasn't for me, but
oh shit. And the moral of the story is never pull a band member over the barricade.
yeah, please don't. Yeah, heck no. Yeah. Pre-COVID days, I have to say. Hey, could have had a whole city shut down or a country locked down for that sort of carry on nowadays.
True that, true that. Shit, all right, Paul. Well, thanks very much for your time, bro. Pleasure as always. Re-Evolution is out Friday, July the 11th, and it's a fucking awesome album. So get yourselves a copy.
Thank you, Kris. Thanks so much for your time, man, and for everything you do for metal. We absolutely love you, and we need to clone you and get one of you established right over here in New Zealand.